Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're gonna talk about my TBR for June. We have June already, I think. Um, I already started two of the books because I'm filming this on the 2nd of June because I was sick last week, so I couldn't pre-film this as I normally would. So yeah, let's talk about my reading plans for the next month. I changed a little bit how I do my TBRs again. I'm still trying to find a rhythm with reading that is really fulfilling to me. And the last few months, really, but like this last month especially, I thought a lot about what I enjoy in reading and why I read, and what is like the main reason for me to read a book. And I realized that I stopped rereading books as much as I did before, and I am a big rereader. I don't know, I think it's really different for a lot of people, but I personally love reading something I have already read. Because I know that I'm gonna like it. Like, I'm obviously not gonna reread books I didn't like. Like, I love rereading a great book that I know I love, because I do forget all of the details, but I know the rough story, so I know what to expect and I know what I'm getting myself into. And I'm one of those people who really like the security that gives in reading a book. Like, don't get me wrong, I like reading a new book, I like a good surprise, but I love much more to read a book than I know that I will love when I read it. That is the same for me for like watching movies and series. I'm much more of a rewatcher than actually watching new things. But yeah, that is kind of how my personality has always been, and I kind of neglected that a little bit the last few years, actually, I would say, because I always feel like, I this channel is a hobby, but like, I'm sharing my reading, and I feel like it's kind of boring if I share the same things over and over again. But then again, this is a channel about my hobbies and my reading, and that is what I like to do. So I still want to get my physical TBR done, so we have a little bit of rereading, but not too much of rereading. So let's start with the first book, which is one of the two I already started, and that is John Scalzi's The Kaju Preservation Society. This is a reread. I absolutely love this book. It is a really, really fun book. Scalzi wrote it throughout the pandemic, and it's just entertainment. It's pretty much what he said. It's just pure entertainment in a novel. And it is about a guy who loses his job due to the pandemic, kind of, and he reconnects with an old acquaintance from university, and the guy is like, oh, you know what, one of our guys got COVID, he's sick, we need somebody who can actually come and help us. I work for a big animal preservation society, and we need somebody to come and help us out. Do you want the job? And he's like, yeah, I need the job. So he goes and gets the job, and the job is actually to help preserve the kaijus, which are like Godzilla-like beings, and it's a lot of fun. It's so much fun. I'm really, really enjoying my reread of it, so that was definitely a good choice. And yeah, that is book number one for the next month. The second one I started already is Peter V. Brett's The Painted Man. This is a book that I have on my TBR for so many years now. This is one of those going into the bookstore and just picking a random fantasy novel. I did that when I was younger quite a lot, and that is how long this book is already on my TBR. But yeah, I thought, you know what? Why not try it? I have no idea what it's about. I am like, I don't know, maybe 50 pages into the book, so I'm not that far in as well. But it is a book about a world that is overrun by demons that come out at night, and so it's only really safe to be outside in the daytime. And our main character, who is a child in the beginning, his family dies in an attack, and he's then on his own, and he kind of needs to get on with life and like try to find out. That is as much as I know. But yeah, it's like, one of those random books on my shelf that I amassed over the years that I kind of need to get through. The next one is the same, that is, though I do know this is like a much more known book, I think, and that is The Boned Season by Samantha Shannon. I have no idea what this book is about. As you can see, I bought it, never read it, just put it on my shelf, but I kind of want to get a little bit into these. So yeah, I do know that Samantha Shannon is a little bit more, I think like a few years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago, there were a lot of people reading her books. So yeah, I have no idea what they are about, but it is fantasy, so hopefully it's good fantasy. You never know, but I do kind of want to get through a little bit of the fantasy on my shelves that is more random to get to the fantasy that I really want to read, that is like long series. I don't love long series, but you know, I have the Brandon Sanderson books up there that I really want to get through, but I can't focus on them. Feeling like I have so much other fantasy to read that is just one book, because the Both Season and The Painted Man both are series, but if I don't love them, I don't plan on getting more of those, so they would be done once I'm through them. Then we have the second reread for this month, and that is The Hobbit. I haven't read this in I think 2 years, so it's really due a reread and I love it. Also, we just watched the first Lord of the Rings movie again, because my husband, for our anniversary, we built a Lego set for our wedding anniversary, and we watched the Lord of the Rings movies, so we just did that, and that made me really be in the mood for The Hobbit. So yeah, I plan on rereading The Hobbit this month. I am looking forward to it. I just love rereading Tolkien's books. Let's just, you know, get that out of the way. I love it. And yeah, The Hobbit has taken a little bit of a back burner. I have read The Lord of the Rings a lot more than The Hobbit now, so I feel like that's a good reread to do. Then we have a fantasy series or sci-fi series, I don't really know, to be honest, that I really want to read because I want to watch the movie. And that is The Knife of Never Letting Go by Patrick Ness, which is the Chaos Walking trilogy. I think the movie just came out on Netflix, so I saw that, and that reminded me that I have bought the series and never read it. So I thought I might try it, and if I like it, then I can go and watch the movie. I think it's a movie and not a series. I'm not quite sure right now, but I think it's a movie, with Tom Holland in the main character role, I think. So yeah, I know nothing much about this book other than that it's a society where you can hear the thoughts of everyone around you, except for like one girl who pops up randomly, and the main character, who is a guy, can't hear her thoughts. I think that's where this goes. I'm not quite sure, to be honest. It's a long time ago that I bought this, and I just never got around to reading it, which is a big problem with my TBR. So yeah, we're gonna try this. Hopefully it's good so that I can continue with the series, because I have all three, so it would be nice to get through them. If not, I might just DNF the rest of the series. We'll have to see. Then we have two books that were on my last month TBR that I just did not get around to because I wasn't really in the mood for them. Hopefully that will change this month. The first one is the last book in the last David Eddings series that I own, which is The Tamale. I don't like the series. Sadly, I like it less and less with every book I'm reading. This is the last one. I just need to get through it. I just am not really motivated to pick it up. But we're gonna try and force myself through it this month, just so I can say I finished them. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Tamale series, I have to say. The other ones, the one before that was fine, not as good as the other ones, for in my personal opinion, but like it was still fine, but this one I just don't like it. So yeah, we'll try to get through the last one because it is the last David Eddings book on my TBR, so I would love to get through it. And then we have a Clive Cussler book. I have 3 left of these. And so yeah, we have Clive Cussler Dragon. Don't know what it's about other than that it's a Numophile book where the main character is Dirk Pitt. And so yeah, we'll see. What I mean, it is some kind of a military operation. We know that there's a pretty woman scientist that will get kidnapped at some point, you know, the typical Clive Cussler books. But yeah, that I do want to get through those 2 books because I was supposed to get through them last month, but then I got sick and I wasn't in the mood, and you know, life happens, and yeah. we get through them this month, hopefully. And then the last book on my TBR I don't even have yet. I have my science fiction book box on the way to me that should get here either like today, tomorrow, you know, in a few days. So I will read that book as well, which is a sci-fi novel. I don't know what that book is yet. If I get it soon enough, before I've edited this video, I'm gonna put the name here, but if you don't see anything here, it hasn't come in time for me to put it into the edit. But yeah, that is kind of the last book that is on my TBR, which makes this 8 books. I don't know if I will get through all of them. I am trying to not stress about the amount of books I'm reading, but I do always kind of go into the realm of 8 books a month. I kind of like that pacing, but you know, sometimes I read more, sometimes I read less. So yeah, I'm really excited for quite a few of these books, especially the rereads, I have to say. But yeah, those are all of the ones I hope to get through, and we'll see what will happen. Yeah, please share your TBR for the month down below. I always love to see what other people are reading, and you know, maybe what their way of reading is, how they choose books. So if you have like an interesting way of how you choose your books to read, leave that down below as well. If you've read any of these books, leave your opinion without spoilers down below, so I have a rough idea of what I'm running into, kind of. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video interesting, and hopefully I will see you again in the next one. Bye bye.